happiest crackle. What a happy sound. You gotta have a crackle or the clock's not bound. You begin snapple, hopping, and stereo slapping. But snap, crackle makes the world go round.
What's up, guys? I am back with a PlayStation 5 controller that's gonna get a bit of an upgrade. We're gonna be installing the Gully Kit TMR. I know they don't call them Hall effect sensors, but I mean, as far as I know, they're magnetic sensors, so that counts to me as Hall effect. But anyway, this is one of the other kinds of Hall effects that I put into the controllers. The nice thing about these ones is they're really stiff. They've got a lot of stiffness into them. So these ones are built really nice, though. Nice thick plastic banding inside. They're a little expensive because they come with all this extra stuff. Get your choice of different stick lengths, and you can put on some fancy controller type stuff if you want. So yeah, so I think what we're gonna do is do a little bit of upgrading on this board. So the first thing you got to do is obviously get down to it. Once you're into it, grab the iron and remove, sorry I didn't do a full teardown here, I kind of got into it before I hit record on the camera. Remove your two ribbons on the side, the one in the front, and there's two little clips, one over on that side, one on that side. Once you lift the battery cover, you'll be able to lift that board right off of there. But before you do that, get your leads off. Should come right out, just like that. This will usually come up with it, just pop it off and just throw it back into the housing so it doesn't get lost. Okay, so we're down to the sticks. This isn't the best board holder in the world, but yeah, it works okay. Set it like that, and then if you want to lock it in place, you just tighten it, and then it won't move anymore. Okay. So the first order of business is to get the old sticks off of there, put lots of hot air on there. Now the things you have to worry about when you're doing that are those plastic connectors. So we want to kind of cover that stuff and protect it. There's this little piece here. Okay, that'll get that. I just want to have some kind of a shield over top of it so it doesn't take heat directly. Okay, that should work like that, and like that. Okay, so grab the hot air, and grab the tweezers. Now, what I like to do is get the tweezer underneath the Joy-Con and then start heating. Able to drop it right out of there. Got a little bit toasty. Okay, good. Probably should have put some flux on it. I don't like using flux here because it just makes a big mess, but will help. and out she comes. Okay. Now, for getting rid of the solder, I like to use the solder sucker for this. Still haven't really managed to find what happened to my hose. I had extra hose for my solder sucker here. I can't seem to find it, so I'm limping this piece along. I gotta find that. It's gotta be in my desk here somewhere. Clean up a little bit. Next, we're going to grab some leaded solder and fill these holes up so that we can get it prepped to solder suck out. And right now it's got leaded solder in there, so we have to get rid of that before we do anything. Well, the first step is to fill those holes up and try and really make sure you're getting mix leaded with unleaded here. More leaded, you can kind of push into the hole or the existing pad here, the better, because it'll wick away or it'll solder suck a lot better. And basically why it does that is because we're lowering the actual melting temp. Now, if everything ain't nice, so yeah, just go around and continue to make sure you heat it up real well, and you should be able to solder suck each one of those holes clean. So although it's not 100% done, that gets like most of it. So then the next step is to use our wick. Let's go across everything. Up any extra. Just like that. Rinse and repeat on the other side. It's the same thing. Okay, that looks good. Lost a little bit of mass down low there, but that's okay. Okay. We will mask that up later. Clean this baby. Just be careful with the alcohol around that little button. If you get too much over there, it'll actually take it off, and then you gotta screw around. It's just a little piece of Captain tape over a little piece of spring steel. That's how those little clickies work. Okay, that's pretty good. Alrighty, so next, let's spin. Crop on here. This one left bigger mess than the other one. The other one left higher pegs. That's just the plastic, the old sticks. So the best way to actually deal with this is to actually heat it up again. Don't worry about leaving a little bit of that plastic behind as long as it's smooth. Should be good. Okay. Alrighty, so now the new sticks. Gonna be these bad boys here. Boom. And yes, that was very hot and dumb, and I just burned my hand. That's okay. This one. This way. Boom, boom. Just like that. Okay, so the big thing here is to make sure they're down before you solder them. So what I usually like to do is just anchor off a couple of the pieces. I like to try and do this half up and kind of half and half. That way I can see to make sure, because you want to make sure these controllers or these sticks are flat to the board. They have to be flat to the board. If they don't, you'll have all sorts of fun that you don't want. So what I usually do is these 2 points side by side. I'm going to let that board cool down a little bit. It's a little hot at the moment. Okay, so I've fluxed those 2 mounts and I'm going to pre-tin the soldering iron. Just going to give it a little bit like that, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to push and press down so that that solder leg fills. And then same with this one, I'm going to push down till that solder leg fills. What you should be left with, this one could have used a little more. I'm going to do that one again. Again, pushing, and boom, in. Just like that. So that one is now secured. Now we can go around and do that whole soldering deal. This one's going to be next, so same deal. A little bit of flux here and a little bit of flux on this one. And those are just the big diagonal mounting points. There's 4 of them here. Okay, so again, press in. Whoops. Put solder on your tip. Press in. And nail it. There's 1 done. And 2 done. Boom, boom. So now they're in. Okay, so before we get too crazy and happy and go lucky, we're going to do a quick visual. Here, I'll take it out of the board holder for this. So we're looking for everything to be flat on the board. Flat, 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 flat. That has to be flat. I can't emphasize this enough. See? Flat all the way along. Okay? We're good. Off to the races here. Boom, 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 and that's it. Okay, so let me get rid of this big ball here that happened. Hold on a minute. I can't have perfect soldering and then that monstrosity there. That looks good to me. Okay. Let's get some Q-tips out and do some cleaning. this controller is going to get the Extreme Rate kit, which consists of a big ribbon cable being soldered onto the back here. So for that, even I want to be extra good with how everything's prepped, because there's going to be a ribbon cable sitting on top of this eventually. But as far as the sticks installation is concerned, this is done. Those sticks are in. Okay, so we're just going to do a quick visual with the microscope, make sure I didn't bump anything off, or if anything went sideways that I didn't notice from the top side here. Okay, we're going to have a look here. Looking for these diodes here, because those tend to go bye-bye. Good, we can see how the solder flowed up the side of the legs there. That's perfect. It means we got good penetration on the leg all the way through. Look at our soldering, and see? Yep. Talk about it. Let's pretend we didn't see that, folks. What? What happened? What? Feels way different. So yeah, now you have your choice of like different kinds of sticks, right? Like these are the longs. They just magnet press. They'll stick up pretty far. I don't know if I would like that myself, but yeah, those are them. Okay, and then we got the mushrooms, shorts. Now these are slightly longer than stock. Okay. And those, I'm not gonna lie, feel amazing. But they also give you the, which is the stock is an indent. They also give you the indents in the short. Sorry, those were the mediums. These are the like stock. So this is the setup you get with the shorts, and like, yeah, it feels premium because of the metal underneath. Now these are metal down here, so yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so we can, I guess, put this thing back together for now until the other kit shows up. Chrome, baby. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, so that's controller part 1. Next up is going to be a paddle kit for the back. Again, I'm going to install the Extreme Rate kit. I think it's the Rise 4 they call it. Gives you 2 back paddles per side, totally programmable. Really cool upgrade. If you want to know what it looks like, well, I've already done it to my personal controller, so this is mine here. And here is the Extreme Rate Rise kit. And I specifically wanted this for Forza Horizon, so that I could have paddle shifts when I'm shifting gears. Those are my shifters, up and down. So yeah, this is kind of going to be this. It's got a couple different kind of parts in it, but it's going to essentially be very similar to this build. And he's going to get rubberized back. This is going to get replaced with a new back piece, which the Extreme Rate kit incorporates. So yeah, that's it for this one, guys. As always, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.